De Rio de Janeiro au Brésil. From Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, Fabio Holanda!
My name is Fabio Holanda. I'm Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and I come here to fight.
This is the Fabio Holanda Mastermind Podcast.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You're listening to the second episode of the Mastermind Podcast. I am your co-host, Maxime Carabin, here with the Mastermind himself, Fabio Holanda. How are you, Coach?
The Mastermind. How are you, my friend? I'm good.
Yes, I'm very good. Been busy. It's been a long time. I haven't seen you, Coach. You were in Sherbrooke, right, for the kickboxing last weekend?
Yes. We had a good experience there. It was a nice show.
Yeah,
Nice show last week.
It went well for Charles and his students. Huh? Four win out of the 5 fighters, I think.
Yes, one got injured. He ended up ripping his bicep.
Okay.
So,
oh, that's bad.
Yeah, so we had to stop the fight, but everything else was good. Yeah, it was a nice show.
Were you coaching, or it's just
No,
you're just
no.
watching and it's just
We were just
Charles?
watching me, my wife, and my boys, and Corinne and her boyfriend. We were there on the table just enjoying the show and have some hydration.
Sounds good. Yeah, I had a busy weekend too. Friday I did Samurai French commentary on UFC Fight Pass for the first time. You can listen to me in French on UFC Fight Pass.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Saturday I was the announcer for a smoker at my gym at Tai Long. You know Tai Long, right?
Yes, sir.
Before I know it was BTT. They did the jiu-jitsu over there too, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
One of your students, and then Sunday I commentary on a kickboxing show as well in Laval. So very busy weekend for the martial arts for us.
Oh, nice. Yes. Did you enjoy the show, the Samurai?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. It's always nice, but it was at La Tohu. You've been there before, I think. It's such a nice venue for a MMA show.
Yes, it's nice. I've been there. Yeah, I've been there with at TKO, and then we did a movie once, and I was in the cage there, so I was the coach. So we filmed. It was nice too.
What was the movie?
I have no idea. It was a French movie.
Oh, okay.
The Babysitter. I think it's the Babysitter, the name.
Babysitter.
So it was actually first was supposed to be. It was during the pandemic, all right? So they tried to get people close to each other. So first was supposed to be Louis fighting Charles.
Oh.
But then Charles got his fight in Abu Dhabi, so he could not be part of the movie. So I was one of the coach. So I was the coach. They had 2 stuntmen fighting, and Sandro was the other coach. I was, and one of my black belts, a big Phil, was the referee. So it was nice, nice entertainment.
When you say Sandro, you mean Sandro Fer?
Sandro Fer, yeah. Sandro Fer was the other coach, yeah.
You know him well?
Yes, I know Sandro. Yeah, we're good friends. Yes, sir.
Yeah, one of the great striking coach we have here in Montreal, Sandro Fer. So that was just a MMA scene in the movie, and someone contacted you to play the role?
That's it, yes. It was through Charles, all right. I was through Charles, but then Charles and Louis had to get out of the movie after, but we stayed, you know what I mean?
Have you done movies any other times, Fabio? Is this something you would like? No, first time?
No, that was the only one, yes, sir.
Because I did some commentary with Conrad Pla once. You know Conrad Pla, right?
Yes, sir.
And I know he did some movies, and some David Loiseau. So some people in the martial arts love to do some stuff like that. So Georges Saint-Pierre, Pat Côté, everybody is on the big screen now.
Yeah, it was a good experience.
Yes, for sure. So today, obviously, we're going to come back on the UFC Toronto, and then maybe talk a bit about Louis. But first off, I wanted to talk to you about your holidays. You went to support your favorite club, Fluminense, in the Club World Cup in Saudi Arabia. So I wanted to talk to you about that. And how did it come up? Did you know you were going there? Somebody invited you? You planned this with your family? How did it go up?
No, it's at first they do World Cup clubs every year, right? So
Yeah.
what they do, they got the champion of Europe, the champion of South America, North America, Africa, and Asia. So this was the first time my team won the South America championship.
Yeah.
So I said, if they win, we go, because I don't know when it's going to be next time they're going to win again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we planned with the family, my wife and my boys, and we went to Dubai first, Abu Dhabi. We have friends there, so we spent like a week in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, having fun, train a bit. One of our good friends got a black belt there, so I was part of it. And then we went to Saudi to watch the game, and we had the semifinal against the African team, which we won, right, 2-0.
Yeah.
And then in the final, we played the European Manchester City, and we had no chance. So it was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any Brazilian top team gym in the Middle East?
No, not in the Middle East. Abu Dhabi, they have their most work for the government people there, right? So they have like now they started with MMA. Now they start having MMA gyms. So they have like a couple private gyms. But most of my friends were black belts or in Abu Dhabi. They're working for the government. They're teaching the army, the police, or the schools. Those are the three projects they have there.
That's cool. Have you ever coached someone who was not a fighter, Fabio, like army-wise or anything like that?
What do you mean? Like in my gym? In my gym, I coach every kind of people. If you imagine, every
Police
religion,
officer.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Not in someone's environment. No, not in.
Okay.
I did not go to the army to teach there or the police to teach there. We have army guys and we have police officers at the gym, of course.
Yeah.
And we have doctors, lawyers, businessmen. We have everybody. I had the pleasure to. I spent a month in Abu Dhabi once, and one of my good friends, he was the coach of the Sheikh, the prince there, Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed. So I had the pleasure to spend a month there training him, training with him. You know what I mean? Learn and sharing knowledge was a great experience.
It for sure is. So you've been a Fluminense fan since you're super young, Fabio?
Yes, my father's fault. He was the one who passed around, and that's what I do to my kids. You know what I mean? In Brazil, it's like religion. You got there a team, and you pass to your kids.
So Fluminense to it was in Riyadh, huh, right? In Saudi Arabia?
No, it was in Jeddah.
Okay. And the stadium were good, and the vibes were nice too.
Oh, it was amazing. It was 70,000 people, and was jam packed, and the atmosphere, the live shows is different, right? You've been to live shows.
Sure.
It's way different than you watch from TV. That includes like UFC, NFL, NBA, soccer. All the time you're in the stadium. My boys, it was the first time they went to a big stadium like this. They went to Saputo here, but they were younger, and it's not the same.
No.
So when they walk in, like they watch the big field and the crowd, they start to cry of joy right away.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
nice experience.
it was a great experience, and we had fun. It was a
For
nice
sure.
family vacation.
Oh, for sure. So you lost in the final against Manchester City. Was there any English fan in the stadium?
It was a little bit English fan there, but the whole stadium, the whole Saudi fans, they were all cheer for Manchester City.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, we lost Fabio. Fabio is back.
I'm back. Sorry.
No worries, coach.
It was a bit of English fans there, not a lot, but the whole Arabics, the whole Saudis, they were cheer for Manchester City.
I think I know why there was not many English fan.
Why not?
No beers allowed in the stadium.
Oh, it was actually my first experience watching a game without beer.
For sure.
It was not fun. It was not fun. It was very nervous. I felt like I was in UFC actually, working. You know what I mean? Tense and adrenaline. I didn't like the experience of not beer. You know what I mean? No beers on the stadium.
Yeah, because I followed your journey through your Instagram stories, as I'm sure many people watching us did. And I know once you got to the airport and you could drink a beer, that was probably the best moment of you for the trip.
Oh my God! One beer, I was already dizzy.
How long have you been in Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia during the holidays?
We stayed. We lasted. We stayed a good 12 days. Good 12 days.
Okay,
We
so
stayed.
a good 12 days during the holidays without alcohol for you, Fabio.
No, Abu Dhabi we can drink. Abu Dhabi,
Oh,
Abu Dhabi. We
okay.
can drink at the hotels, and you can drink at home.
Okay.
So I was always in a friend's place or in a hotel, so we could drink
Mhm.
in Abu Dhabi.
Okay, that's good. Do you plan on any trips in the near future? Are you going anywhere, or you're staying in Montreal?
Well, now no, now we stay in Montreal. Work on the gym and on the boys, and July, August, I'll go back to Brazil for another 3 weeks, and
Nice.
that's the plan to every year now go back to Brazil and at the summer, so the boys can enjoy. And then this year I have plans to teach as well. We're gonna do a training camp in Brazil, 2 weeks training seminars, and
Oh,
so that's the goal for every year now. Now we go not only vacation, we go to organize my old students in Natal.
yeah.
That's where I come from, and that's what I want to do every year. Now we spend 2 3 weeks and go watch some Fluminense games in Rio,
Yeah.
and go to Natal to have fun and organize the gym there as well.
That's awesome. You've heard it here first. Fabio is coming to teach in Natal. Is there where you started coaching? That's where the mastermind is born in
Yes,
Natal?
sir. That's where I was born and raised, and that's why I got my black belt. 2001, I got my black belt. I started to teach since 1996 at my coach gym. In 1999, I opened my own gym there. I was a brown belt at the time when I opened my gym, and then 2001, I got my black belt. 2000, beginning of 2002, I moved to Rio to BTT to just train full time, and then 2004, I came to Canada.
So the very first BTT is in Rio.
Yeah, that's the main one. That's the headquarters. That's why Murilo Bustamante is the head coach.
Hmm.
When he opens up, it was with together with Mario Sperry, Ricardo Liborio, and Bebel Duarte.
That's a great team they have there in Brazil. That's a nice team you guys have there. Is Bustamante still on the mats?
Yeah, he's on the mat. He's teaching, and he got a boy who was the same age as mine, as like 12, and he's enjoying teach the kids. So yeah, he's there on the mat helping everybody, and every day at the gym.
Amazing, amazing, Fabio. I'm hearing myself. I don't know if you change anything in the
No,
back.
I think we lost a bit here, but then we're back. I don't know if my mic. I
No, we're good.
The mic is good. Yeah, the mic's still good.
Perfect, Fabio. So let's jump right into it. Before, I wanted to ask because I had a very busy weekend last weekend. Have you ever had like 2 3 shows in back to back, like many fighters fighting during the same week? Do you remember like a time it was hell for you? You could not stop coaching and fighting.
At my times, yes, it was no. I already had a lot of experience, and on one of those, it's like going coach 3 guys and fight at the same night.
Oh yes, that's
You
a
know what I
lot.
mean? So it was oh man, I think I've been through. I threw all the experience. So yeah, it's one time I think it was in Laval. It scratched Laval
Yeah,
TKO,
yeah.
and I think if I remember good, it was Stéphane Vignot and Samuel Guilhem. And I don't know if it was Thierry Quinville or Monjiva, I don't know. So I went on 3 corners back to back, and I
Yeah.
had my hands wrapped, and I'm coaching. I go back, warm up a bit, and go to fight.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and that time was busy too because there was a lot of shows in Calgary, and I think it was what's that? It was the Yellow Gloves. I remember. I forgot the name. Cote was fighting there too, and was MFC in Edmonton too, which I fought there like 2 3 times. Did Cote fought as well.
Yeah.
Was a lot of show back there, and we had a lot of pro fighters. Today we have less shows. You know what I mean, and I would say less upcomers as well.
Coaching and fighting in the same night is something you're not gonna have to do in the future. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
For now, so
I'm
you have
done.
You have Charles, you have Louis,
Yeah.
you have Diego as well.
Yeah, Diego, yes. Yes, sir.
You have
Corinne,
obviously
Corinne,
Matteo.
Corinne, Corinne, after watch UFC, she doesn't want to stop after having a baby. So Corinne will be back.
Oh, she will be back.
She will be back.
Nice.
She just decided now that she was at the stands at UFC and she watched the whole show.
Yeah, I know. She came to Toronto with you guys, eh?
Yeah, she did. And like I told her, she's like, look, her last 6 fights, her only loss was to Manon,
Mm-hmm.
which is still undefeated in the UFC. She'll be fighting for the belt soon. And all the time I see girls fighting, I'm not impressed at all. And she saw it personally, and she wasn't impressed neither.
Uh-huh.
So Corinne will be back. Don't worry. Next year, after the, you know what I mean, she'll have the baby next month, and she'll be back. She'll be back.
Breaking news! Breaking news! Corinne Laframboise will be
Yeah.
back. So I'm
She's
super
not
happy to
done.
hear
She's
that.
not done.
Yeah, that's good. She was so close to her goal that it's nice to see she's gonna try to reach it again.
And soon we're gonna have some surprise too coming to MMA. I cannot say names because still on the talk, but we're gonna have pro boxers merge into the MMA scene soon. Good pro boxers. So
That you know yourself.
of course, I know them.
You
So,
coach jujitsu to those boxers?
not yet, but soon we're gonna make the
Okay.
the transition.
Because I know Jourdain Balmire was a pro boxer that you know
Yes,
well,
sir.
and he fought in
Yes.
MMA, but we're not talking about Jourdain here.
No. Talk about brand new guys too, like Jordan was, but
Yeah.
other guys who fights boxing, guys and girls. Let's say like this.
Okay. Cool. I'm excited to see that. So you would have had a very busy weekend if it wasn't for Louis' injury, because he was supposed to fight in Unified.
Yes,
What
sir.
happened there? What can you tell about Louis' injury? Did that happen at your gym, BDT?
Yeah, that happened at the gym. He was sparring with Matteo Vogel, and Louis has the injury for a long time. All right, and I have to say it's a bit of my fault too, because all the time he says his knee was loose, I didn't believe completely. All right,
Mhm.
so it was just like, push, and that's what made Louis stop MMA for a while. He was just doing boxing because his knee
Yeah.
was already loose.
Yeah.
So he was scared of takedowns because his knee would come up, and that's why he started doing more boxing, because there was no problem. Because his problem was with double legs. All the time he had to sprawl, his knee would come up, and it came up a couple times when he came back. But I wasn't at the gym or wasn't at my gym, so I never saw in front. So when he was training with Vogel, he was doing amazing sparring. It was in the third round already. They were going for 5 rounds because both were fighting at Unified, right? The day before UFC. So on the third round, Matt shot for a double leg and his knee came up, and man, that was horrible. I never see a knee come up like this. It was completely 90 degrees to the side.
Yeah,
And,
I've seen the picture.
Yeah, and Charles called the ambulance, but he was in pain. So Vogel Googled it, how to put it back, because we weren't able to it. So we got videos, on YouTube. So me and Charles went there, and I hold his foot, and we were able to put it back, thanks to YouTube. And so we call off the ambulance. Say, we don't need anymore. And but he was still in pain, and but the knee was back. We iced it, and I told him we cannot keep going without surgery because you cannot have this in a fight. Even the last fight that he had, all his last fights, all his 3 last fights. But when he fought in Abu Dhabi, he fought one of Khabib's guy. Another time he would shoot for double, he would just accept. And then I'm like, man, you got to sprawl, but he was scared to sprawl, and now I know why. And then he fought Gabe Sagman, and he fought the Mexican last time.
Yeah.
And but he didn't have that situation because he was striking the most. Most of the time they tried to take him down was body locks, and it was easy for him to just pummel in and push him away. Was never a double leg attack, and so it never happened. So this time in training, And I said, we cannot keep going in a career without, with that fear that, someone's double like you when you try to sprawl when your knee comes out. So he already did all his exams, and this week we're gonna find out when he's gonna get surgery.
Okay.
But I would say you got surgery, max next month.
Okay.
And once he gets
And
surgery, he goes to rehab, and you come back full power to to get some
around,
fights and get into UFC. That's the goal, right?
yeah. Oh, he's so close, man. So
Yeah.
let's say he gets his operation soon. You think he can come back at the end of 2024?
Oh yes, of course, yes, yes.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, he was
He
supposed to fight Tony Laramie, so this guy is known for being a wrestler. So that could have been bad if they went to
if
fight.
it happened, the fight, yes, they could have. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah,
it could
that
have
was
easily
fun.
been. Yeah.
And how
Luckily,
was
luckily, it happened in the gym. So
yeah, it sucks, but it happened at the right place. And how was Louis about it? Is he very down, or he's taking it? It's okay.
no, no, he's okay. He's okay. I guess
He's
he's
still
happy
young.
that now I know. I believe
Yeah,
him.
he's like, now you believe me, Fabio. Now you believe me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what it is.
Is there
So
because
no, he knows that's the path, and he's waiting for his surgery, and like he said, he's young and he's an athlete. You know what I mean? So right now he's good to he's good to do some weights. He's good to boxing. He's not grappling. He's waiting for the surgery, but everything else he's teaching. He's private. He's a regular life.
good. Well, we're wishing Louis all the best. Such a crazy fighter. Even Charles says it. He thinks that Louis is better than him. So I cannot wait to see what Louis can do in the bigger stage.
Oh, Louis is gonna make a lot of noise at 125, my friend. Trust me.
Yeah,
The goal
Can you believe this
all
guy
the
can
way.
cut to 125? It's crazy. He's bigger than
Yeah.
Charles.
Yeah, I saw that 2 times. So yes, it's
That
it's
fight
painful.
against
It's painful, but it is
yeah.
what it is, right?
It is what it is, yeah. But
Yeah.
have you heard Robert Serrais was supposed to fight at the Samurai main event, and he needed to go to the hospital because the weight cut was too intense for him.
Oh, I didn't know that. Who
Yeah,
did that?
Robert Serrais.
Oh no, I
He
didn't
had
know.
the kidney failure because of the weight cut.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very bad.
we were talking about this last time, and at my time we had no knowledge about it. All right, so
Mhm.
we did a lot of stupid things. But today you man, with a good help, with what I mean,
Yeah.
with good nutritionist, and not trying to do everything at the last minute.
Hmm.
You do by monthly and keep your weight down. It's a
Yeah.
lot of healthy way to do it. You don't need to sacrifice yourself to it,
No,
like
and
we
I
used to
think
do back in the days.
yeah, I think Serrais still does it like you did back in the day. I think he's very old school with his weight cut. That's why
Probably.
maybe
Yeah,
it
I
went
had
well.
once. I had once Pat Cote holding the sauna door, and I'm inside, and I'm pushing to get out, and he's like, "No, you stay." That was like,
You were telling Pat to stay, or he was telling you?
no, he was on my corner. I was fighting,
Oh wow.
and he said, "No way, you're not making weight. You stay there."
Oh no. Yeah, were you in Quebec City? I know Pat when he fought in Quebec City for the tough final. Were you in his corner?
Yes, I was. Yes,
I know that was maybe the worst cut for him, huh?
yes. Pat had like a lot of bad cuts. I don't remember which one would be the worst.
Oh my god.
But
Have
like
you
once,
seen him?
once he got a nutritionist, and then that's it. His life changed. Yeah.
Yeah, GF Gaudreau is pretty good at
Yes,
it.
sir. Yeah.
Did you see Pat on Big Brother so far?
No, no.
I think he's doing
my
well.
French not good enough
Yeah.
to
Oh,
watch
even
the
if it
show.
was good, Fabio, you don't want to listen to that. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know. I saw the commercial, and not
It's not
interested.
for us.
No. But how is he doing? He's doing good. He's still there.
I know he was doing pretty good at the beginning, but I've stopped watching, so I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
it's too
he's
much
the man in
drama.
there.
Yeah, I
So
can
I'm glad
imagine.
yeah, that's some. Would you ever do reality TV, Fabio?
No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm sure you
I,
would
I
be great TV. That's for sure.
That's for sure. I would do it. I would make a lot of noise. That's for sure.
Have you coached on Tough ever?
Yeah, we did. We did. I was the assistant coach there with Pat. We when Pat we film in La Chute, all the film on La Chute, and we stayed 2 months and a half because we had some delays, but we stayed 2 months and a half in Saint Eustache, and we will go to La Chute to film every day. It was a great experience, with all the fighters, with the other coaches. You learn a lot. You coach and you learn. You learn from the other coaches. You learn from the fighters. You know what I mean? So many different styles, and it was a great experience. It was a great experience. We had a very good time. I would do a tough like this. I would do it again. I don't know if a big brother would do it, but assistant coach, and a tough again. I would do it. That was very nice.
Nice. And I know Team Canada did very good too. I think you beat all. You won all the fights, even Olivier Aubin against Chad Laprise in the final, and Pat Côté won against Kyle Nogue. So it was very good for you guys.
And the other final was
Theodorou,
and Sheldon. So it was all Canadians.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I know there's gonna be a few Quebecers in the next season of Tough.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, when is it? It's in Vegas.
It's probably. I think. Yeah, I would believe it's gonna be in Vegas. But yeah, there's gonna be a few Canadian in the Tough this year.
Nice. They know who the coaches are.
No, not yet.
No.
So I'll put your name in the hat, Fabio.
Assistant coach.
Yeah, for sure. No, it looks super cool to do that, and you're with Pat, so you great fighters on your team. So it must have been a very nice experience.
Very nice, very nice. Was a great experience. I don't think the guys they brought from Australia was on the same level of the Canadians, but because the MMA there wasn't as developed as Canada was, you know what I mean?
It's not what it is today.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're now they have stars like Adesanya and Whitaker and Volk.
Yeah.
Back then was nobody, you know what I mean?
No. Before we talk about Charles, since we're on the subject, do you think Volkanovski is gonna be able to beat Topuria next week?
I think so. It's a tough fight. Topuria, it's he hits hard, and Volk had some personal and issues, So I don't know how his mind's gonna be. I don't know his mind's gonna be after the loss. And he was talking about personal problems. It's all gonna depend on his mindset for this fight. Because Volk, he's a legend. He finds a way to win every fight that he's been to. Topuria is undefeated. He never lost. He hits hard, and he's pretty confident. He's the next generation. So it's hard to predict. I think if Volk gets there on his when his right mind with his, it's hard to beat Volk. But if he's not 100%, it'll be a tough fight. Yeah, it'll be a good show, man. It'll be a good show.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. And you guys almost fought Topuria once. I think it's 1 year and a half or two ago. Charles accepted a short notice against Topuria, but then he failed the weight cut. Did you have the time to study his style and everything, or just we go, we fight, and?
Yes, we probably had a week of to study his fight. What happened there was like a chronologic. December 18, Charles fought the Euro. All right, it was the famous Spartan kick. Was December 18. Yeah. So we came back, and then Christmas, New Year's Eve, and then Charles was with the family. So first week of January, Charles comes to the gym, and the fight was January 20. So Charles didn't train for 2 weeks since his fight with Euro. So the fight came down. I think Mazva got COVID. He was supposed to fight Mazva. And then what happened was Charles said, we go. So then it took a week to Topuria accept. What happened on the backstage at the time, Topuria was his last fight on the contract. So he didn't want to fight Charles there. Why he didn't want to fight Charles? Because Mazva was a wrestler right hand and Charles was a striker left hand. And last minute, he didn't want to take Charles. He used that to renegotiate his contract. So he got a new contract and accept the fight. So it was actually like a week before he accepted the fight. It took a week of negotiation with UFC to him accept Charles. And when we got there, we made the weight, and he failed to make the weight. He made a video like passing out. And I even made a comment at the time. Not that I think that he thought Charles would beat him, but he didn't want to risk it. A last minute fight, which I agree with him. I'm not saying he did wrong, but I still believe that he didn't want to fight there.
We'll find out.
And you know what I mean? It was his undefeated career where he was rising to the fight. So I think he faked that he fainted. They film him like going down. You know what I mean? Who does that? Anyways,
we haven't seen these videos. I think it wasn't released to the public. Did anybody send the video to you?
no, we saw the videos at the time. I don't know if they still up, but I even made that comment at the time, and I don't think he wants to fight Charles, not because he thought he could lose. I thought it was last minute. He used to renegotiate his contract. It was perfect for his career.
Yeah, very smart.
I mean? So yeah, and we didn't make weight, and we kind of relieved too at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we didn't train for it. You know, so
and it's a tough guy.
It was a tough fight. You know what I mean? We still got paid.
Yeah.
So we actually were happy at the end as well. So.
And it's funny because I know Charles, he was obviously wanted to fight, but like you said, he got paid and everything. So in the end, it's all right. But you guys didn't even stay to watch the show. You came back to Montreal right away. It was in California, I believe.
It was in Anaheim, yeah, California. Yeah, we came back right away, yeah.
You weren't interested in watching the show?
Be honest with you, I've been watching a lot of shows in my life, and
for sure.
It does not excite me, shows, you know what I mean? No, I like to watch, you know what I mean, my friends and my fighters. Yeah. Those are the ones I watch. And when I'm there, I'm working. You know what I mean? I've been there, man. Cote fought 23 times in UFC.
Yeah.
I was with George another 6-7 times. Charles already going for his 14th fight. And I used to go with Paul Harris, you know, from BTT as well, probably 5 times. And friends who used to come to Montreal used to go maybe another, you know what I mean, 5-6 times with different guys. And it's my job. So when I'm not in work, I'm watching soccer.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. So I watch soccer when I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I'm out. So Charles was the same thing. Charles, you know, we had all the pressure of losing weight, the week fight. It's a lot of, you know, mental work. We finished. That's all. Fuck it. Let's just go back home and we come back someday. Yeah, that's it.
For sure. So Charles fought in Toronto. How did it go in Toronto when you arrived there from the first day? Was it a good experience at first before the fight and everything? Fighting at home for you, for Charles? You guys were having fun in Toronto?
Yeah, it was great, man. And we got to enjoy the process, right? So if you're not having fun while you're doing, you're not supposed to do it. So the goal is always to enjoy. You know, we went there. The fans love Charles. And no, everything was good. We went around the city, you know, same thing, same as we go everywhere, you know.
Louis was with you most of the time as well, eh?
Louis came with us, and one of his friends, Sahel, was making a video. So we were together the whole time, and training, eating, and that's it. Enjoy, watch TV, and just like everywhere else. There,
the usual.
The usual. There is more special because he had more fans, you know, wants his attention, and that's it. It was good.
Yeah, of course. And you said Swael was there to make a video. It's now on Charles Jourdain YouTube page, so go watch it if you haven't. It's very nice. And you came up with a nice philosophy, a nice I don't know how to say, but you believe the Canadian judge wanted to do too much that night, and it's crazy because the first time I heard you say it in the video, it's the first time I realized it, because we knew all 7 male Canadian lost, but most of them all lost by split decision. Even
4 of them, yeah.
Even Strickland, who was a crowd favorite, lost by split decision. So you thought maybe the Canadian judges wanted to do something too Canadian on that night in Toronto.
It was more as a joke, all right? Because because they bring UFC judges as well, right? So they all mix it up, and they always have two Canadians or one UFC judge, or vice versa, two UFC and one Canadian. And but it hurts more being Canada. You know what I mean? Like I said in the video, it's like we go around and with Burgos, for example, we still think we won that fight. Everyone Burgos thinks Charles won that fight. But because the crowd, and then it's because what I think the crowd affects the judge sometimes is, let's say you're the crowd favor, let's say Charles, and Charles, threw a punch and he missed it. But the crowd goes, ah. So if the judge did not pay attention, or his angle, he might think it was a good punch. All right, which go the opposite if you're not from the crowd. So I don't get it. You know what I mean? How the crowd does not help you. You know what I mean? So seeing with Charles, it's ridiculous. Like Woodson thought Charles won. He even said on his interview, he said, "I knew it was a close fight, and he finished strong." So finishing strong, and the guillotine was super tight. So Charles go to finish a guillotine, and apparently there was a takedown for Sean, and apparently that's what changed the judge's mind. So how can you get penalized to try? That's what bothers me. So if you want to do a boring fight and do one jab and kick and four, because two judges gave the first round to Charles, and that's the only one who had a doubt if Charles won that round, and then judge gave to him. You know what I mean? I still think he won, but it was the closest one. Yeah. I didn't think the third round, even going to, we talk between rounds, Charles, I think you won 2 rounds, but you might lost the first one. They might give to him. The second one was yours. Let's kill on the third one just to make sure. And man, I was so sure that we won that I didn't even listen to what Bruce Buff was saying. And I think I had an affect on the judge because it was so loud. He gave Charles 29-28, and then he gave to Sean. I'm like, man, there's no way in hell Charles loses this fight by decision. It was not one single person that building. Actually, it was 2 persons that thought Charles lost that fight. I don't think Sean thought. His camp didn't think so. The whole UFC staff didn't think so. The whole crowd didn't think so. And we were even walking back, and we saw Amen there. And Amen's like, Fabio, man, he didn't lose this fight. That's retarded. You know what I mean? So when the judge said Sean, but he said Shaw, so it was kind of like confused. So I just celebrated. Charles, nobody could hear because the crowd went crazy. And then the referee looked at me, and I'm celebrating. So he gives to you can even see on the video. So he gives to Charles, and that's it. He gives to Charles. Sean's like, oh, good job, good fight. And then I see Bruce both upset and Cormier saying to Sean that he won. And I'm like, who won? And Bruce, you can even see on the video, Bruce said, no, he won. I'm like, show him those papers, man. Show those cards. He's like, no, here, you won. It was the other guy. And it's like, it's impossible. How can you win that round? And then we see the judge cards. And 2 judges gave the first one to Charles. Yeah, that's it. So look at this. So one judge gives the first one to Charles, the other judge gave the third one to Charles, and the other judge gave 2 to Charles, first and second, not the third.
No, it's all over the place.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts when you see those cards. Because if I see the judge, all 3, let's say, gave all the first round to Sean. All right? It's okay, makes sense. Was tight, could go either way. All the 3 judges gave the third round to Charles, let's say. So Charles won in the third round. All 3 judges gave to Charles. All 3 judges gave the first round to Sean. And the second one, 2 gave to Sean and 1 gave to Charles. Because I still think Charles won fair and square. But okay, so you saw different. But the way it was, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Each judge, look at this. Each judge saw a different fight. How can you all 3 guys sitting there on the cage and you guys see a completely different fight? You know what I mean? And it hurts more because it's Canada. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, okay, let's rob to the Canadians. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is because of the fact of the crowd helps sometimes mislead the judge.
Mm-hmm.
Like the example I was giving, you know what I mean? You throw a kick, it's nothing, you know, like Sean punched in the on the gloves, like that's nothing. But if it was Charles, it could be that could mislead the judge. But to the other way around, come on, man. Even with Sean Strickland too, same thing. So whoever was the crowd favorite lost decision, and it was all split.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as ridiculous I think Charles' decision was, the one before was even worse.
Yeah, Sidi should
That's
have
it.
been the winner. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I won't be. I'll be honest with you. I didn't. We were watching that fight on the locker room.
Mhm.
The other two, which was Barrio and who else was the other one who lost a split
Brad
decision?
Katona.
Katona. We didn't watch, right? Because we were backstage, and then we went back to the room, and I didn't watch the other fight. So, but all split decision against the Canadians.
Yeah,
You know
there's
what I mean?
something weird there.
It's sad. It's sad because we're home. You know what I mean? And it's not. I want you to give me the fight because I'm Canadian. No, we all saw that Charles won that fight,
Mm-hmm.
and especially that he's home, and then you give it to the other one. It really hurt. This one it hurts because we're home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I understand.
Like we talked before, the fight when in Abu Dhabi with Kulibao, they give a draw, and I found that ridiculous. Dana White came to backstage and gave Charles the winner money
Yeah.
because Dana White didn't think I was just there, sitting down there. Philly the same way, was in Vegas, split decision. Charles dropped him on the first round, and Philly was kicking his hand the whole fight. You know what I mean? And get a one takedown to do nothing. I still don't think it was split decision, but we are away. Understand? But in Canada, come on, guys. We gotta fight for our guys better, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, it makes total sense, Fabio.
Yeah. But
Did you get any explanation after the fights from? I know the judges don't have to say anything afterwards,
No,
but did somebody?
no, we have contact with nobody. No, they don't care. They don't care. They explain nothing, you know what I mean? That's it. It is what it is, you know. We saw, you know, worse things in Quebec as well, and it's you know what I mean. It's some guys that come from the boxing commission, you know what I mean. So Ontario, how many fights, the MMA fights they have a year in Ontario? One show a year. You know what I mean? That was 5 years ago. So those judges who's judging UFC fighters, which experience they have?
None.
Do you know what I mean? They've been in what, 3 shows in their lives,
Yeah, it's crazy.
and the most been boxing shows. And how can you judge those guys? know what I
That's
mean?
the biggest problem in MMA. It's the judging for sure.
It's hard. It's hard, and it's we know the big boss Dana always says don't leave in the hands of the judge, but what hurts me more too, it's like Charles was the one looking for the fight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The other guy is stepping back and wait for counter, use his reach here and there. He never tried to finish that fight.
Never.
You know what I mean? Charles was facing, and then where's the cage? What do they call it? Cage control. I saw Pat Cote losing a lot of fights because the guy's pushing him to the cage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Charles had the cage control. Try and take him down. Try and kick. Try and punch. Try this. Try and guillotine to finish the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, like we said, we always have room to improve.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna keep growing, keep improve, and keep fighting. One thing I promise you, it's Charles never gonna be a boring fighter. Winning or losing is gonna put in a show.
And
That's
he's
the
still
goal.
super young.
Yeah, we're in entertainment business, man. We're there to entertain people, so that's what we do.
Yeah, it was a tough it was a tough style matchup for that, especially that Woodson played the long game. So it wasn't a great fight. I think not even 20 significant strike on both sides. It was from Woodson. It was a no fight. You know, he didn't want to fight against Charles because Charles, it's super hard and he's very violent. Even at the mic, he said if the fight went Charles' way, I would have understand. But it went his way. So
like you say, we always say you need 2 guys to fight. All right, so if one guy doesn't want to fight, it's hard to fight.
Yeah.
You need two to tango. If you don't have two to tango, it's no tangos there.
Do you have any idea what's next for Charles?
No,
He's in the wood now, eh? I saw in his story.
no. He's around. He's around. He's we're going to train today. He's already back in the gym.
Okay.
But he hurt his finger one time during the fight. He uppercut Woodson, and he hit him with his finger, and his finger actually came out. Nobody noticed, but he steps back and he pulls his finger back on place. And
you remember what round that was?
No, I don't remember. I remember him mentioning me between rounds. I don't remember which one was. But his fingers, it still bother him. He said he wants to get. He hurt his hand too punching, so he's right now. We want to heal the hands, the fingers. Once everything is healed, that he's good to go, then we plan the future. Right now, nothing. And now it's back at the gym, healed up, and then we talk about next.
Yeah, for sure. You said it. Charles is one of the most exciting fighters on the UFC roster, and it's been two matchup out of three that it was very difficult style matchup for Charles to express himself. First against Crown Gracie, and then now Sean Woodson. So I think the UFC has to give Charles a very exciting fighter. That's why I'd love to see him against Nate the Train, Nate Landwehr. Maybe that would be a good fight. He's ranked around Charles between 15 and 25, let's say. Billy Q would be awesome as well, but Billy Q is matched up already. But there's a few bangers that you can give Charles to get back on the win column.
Yeah, we like we never said no to a fight, right? So we always take every whoever wants to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're gonna think about more. You know what I mean? We're gonna because UFC gives that chance to Charles. He has the option to choose between some guys. They never impose. I don't believe if you're on the top 15. If you're on top 15, I guess you have no, you know what I mean, no option to fight each other. But we need two to tango. We cannot fight guys,
No.
And where he's going with this, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like nobody cares.
We'll give Charles. No, exactly. Like that wasn't a good. I know Charles said he still accepted the fight because it was in his home and in front of his fan, but style matchup wise, it wasn't something exciting for you guys.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You see, you see the new upcomer now, the Brazilian guy, Diego Lopes, all right, who lives in Mexico.
I have his haircut, Fabio.
Yeah, beautiful. he's a super nice kid. He was there with us when we fought Kron. He fought Mavzan last minute too, and he did a great fight.
Yeah,
and he's so excited. The crowd loves him. Oh, he's fighting a top 15. You know what I mean? Yeah. We had a chance to fight Ige. So backstage talking, he was supposed to fight Ige. UFC already accept. We're supposed to fight Ige on this card. But what happened is Leron Murphy, the English guy, he's top 15 and he didn't have a fight. Right? So then UFC realized we cannot give Ige to Charles if Murphy doesn't have a fight. So they matched them up, and this fucking guy gets injured. He gets injured all the time. So they canceled the fight. So instead of Charles was fighting Ige last month, now this guy fucking gets injury. He canceled another fight. He did that like so many times. He was supposed to fight Charles one time too, and he had a visa issue. And now Ige is fighting Philly. This week is Saturday, I guess. You know what I mean? So
it's a great fight, but it should have been Charles for sure.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's what FC likes. That's what FC likes. Guy like Charles, like Diego Lopes. You know what I mean? There's another Brazilian too coming up. I think it's Joalisson, his name. Charles always talking about him too, which he beat Diego Lopes on the Contender Series.
Yeah.
So guys like this are awesome to fight because guys are there to fight. Guys are there to win. Guys are there to finish. When you're there to finish, you open up. You know what I mean? When you're there to finish, you open up. That's what makes a good fight. You're there to not lose. Step back and throw some. UFC doesn't care. Defense doesn't care. You don't sell. they don't want you back. Simple as that.
Yeah, no, exactly. Fabio, it
Simple
was
as
a
that.
pleasure. Louis is gonna we're gonna find out about Louis' operation in the coming days. You had amazing time this holiday at supporting your own club Fluminense, and we'll find an exciting matchup for Charles. Is there anything you would like to say to the people listening to you today?
No, that's it, man. Enjoy what you have, not what you don't. All right,
Yeah.
enjoy every day. I just saw a quote today. It was super nice. It's like, if you what are you saying? It was like, if you don't enjoy the small things, you're never gonna enjoy the big things.
For
So
sure.
enjoy. Wake up every day. I always make fun of the gym. Everyone asks me, "How are you?" I'm like, "I'm awesome." And they ask why. I say, "Cause I'm alive." Sometimes we take for granted to be alive and to be enjoy this, and we only live once. Enjoy every day, and don't worry about small things.
I love it, Fabio. Thank you for listening to episode 2 of Mastermind Podcast, and we'll try to be back as soon as possible. It was Maxime Carabin here with the Mastermind himself, Fabio Holanda, and we'll see you again, guys. Enjoy life.
De Rio de Janeiro, au Brazil. From Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, ladies and gentlemen, Fabio Holanda!
My name is Fabio Holanda. I'm Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and I come here to fight.
This is the Fabio Holanda Mastermind Podcast.